begin? I don't know. Some years ago I was in South Africa. It was a few years after Nelson Mandela had just been elected as president of South Africa, and we were dying to see every single inch of it that we possibly could. As it happened, we were in Joburg, and we were meant to do one of these ballooning overnight things. It didn't actually work out. Well, to be honest, the fellow rang at about 3 o'clock in the morning and said, we need to cancel your ballooning trip, there are high winds. And I said, really? Because I kind of have an attitude problem. And I opened the door, opened the window, looked out, and the trees were going like, okay, that's fair enough, yeah, we have wind. What do we do now? So I looked up the travel guide that I had, but obviously the travel guide that I had was actually quite an old one. But it said ANC offices in Johannesburg had this amazing museum to the ANC pre-Nelson Mandela's election. So we thought, brilliant, that's where we go. Long story short, we hop into a cab, we go down to see the museum. We arrived in and some very nice man, huge amount of security when we came into the building, very nice man looked at us and said, no, there is no museum, it was closed a number of years ago, you're in the wrong place, there's nothing we can do for you here, these are just offices. So we said, okay, sorry about that, thanks very much, sorry to have taken your time. But there was a man who was just further back in the background, and he was kind of watching us and hovering and wondering what was going on, and he came out from behind the counter and said, where are you from? And we said, we're from Ireland. And he said, really? The president has recently met your president. And we said, yes, we know, and we've been huge fans of the ANC and what it's been doing for a long time, and we thought there was a museum here. And he said, oh, hold on, I'll look after you. And off he went, and he came back about 10 minutes later and said, come with me. And he brought us in behind this counter that they had originally sent us away from, and right through the building. It was amazing. He brought us into President Nelson Mandela's office, and what was sitting on this shelf just as you came through the door, it was directly across the way from the door, was the harp that Mary Robinson, our president, had presented to Nelson Mandela, their president. It was absolutely brilliant to be there. On top of that then, he brought us down to this, I don't know what you would call it, it was like a storeroom. And the storeroom had stuff that was way out of date, but stuff that we were absolutely fascinated by. It had videos of the different riots, the different shootings. These were promotional videos that the ANC had made to actually explain their cause, so we came away with loads of those. They had t-shirts, but the t-shirts were going right back to Free Nelson Mandela and Vote for the ANC, Power to the People. It was awesome stuff. So we came away with a whole stack of those t-shirts as well. In fairness, he had said, look, take them, you're obviously interested, you're obviously keen, and we said, no, we'd like to actually make a donation to the cause and leave something behind. We loved the trip. I actually reckoned that the moral of the story is, some days, it really does pay to be Irish. See you next time.
So, if you'd like to see some more videos, subscribe to the channel, okay? Don't forget you can see loads more videos here, and you can join us on Facebook, Twitter, or the website, ellengunning.com. Keep in touch.